Well, like it or not, Harley-Davidson has become a lightning rod in this global trade debate. Stocks down 6% this week. It's been a rough week for Harley-Davidson. You had first the company coming out saying it's going to have to move some production overseas of the motorcycles it makes that are destined for Europe. Its second biggest and fastest growing market because of the retaliatory tariffs there. Then you got President Trump coming out in a series of tweets to slam the company for the decision, including this one. Early this year, Harley-Davidson said they would move much of their plant operations in Kansas City to Thailand. That was long before tariffs were announced. Hence, they were just using tariffs, trade war as an excuse. Shows how unbalanced and unfair trade is. But we will fix it. Enter this factory behind me here in Kansas City, which Harley said back in January that is going to close actually next year. 800 people work here. Some of those operations are going to move to Pennsylvania, but only 400 jobs there are going to be added. Now, Harley will tell you that this story, this closure, has nothing to do with the EU tariffs, and actually that it has nothing to do with its plan to build this new manufacturing facility in Thailand. That the reason they're closing this is because of slumping sales, most notably here in the U.S., which is its biggest market, as baby boomers age and newer generations don't seem to have the same zeal for ridership. That is something that is playing out in the financials, including last quarter. When you look at retail numbers, you saw a 12% drop here in the U.S. Harley's turning to the international markets to stoke a turnaround, and therein lies the debate. You got the EU tariffs this week. It also says it's going to see profit dented because of higher aluminum and steel costs tied to those tariffs. And then in terms of that decision to build a factory in Thailand, the company decided to do that after the U.S. pulled out of TPP. Thailand imposes tariffs on imported motorcycles of up to 60%. TPP would have reduced that number, hence the company expanding its manufacturing footprint there. And when you look at all of that together, you can see why President Trump and Secretary Mnuchin and the rest of the administration is talking about unfair and unbalanced trade. But this gets to the very heart of what we've been discussing now for months on CNBC, which is the fact that imposing tariffs by the U.S. and what is stoking a trade war, is that the right way to go about this? When you look at Harley-Davidson, at least this week, at least in light of all of these announcements, a very difficult decision to move some of that production, the answer would be no.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.